Good afternoon, judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Team 6, and today we will be telling you about our energy solution with MyHome. MyHome are your impact and your responsibility. Today we will be going over a brief team introduction, a product overview, an application summary, a prototype demonstration, future development, and lastly we will close with a sustainability impact. My name is Makayla. I am an industrial engineer senior.
My name is Cantrell. I'm a junior computer science major.
Terrance Fitzgerald. I'm an aerospace engineering freshman.
And I'm Bronson. I'm a computer science major. Senior.
So I want to give you a quick overview of the MyHome. Next, please. So this right here is an article from Wired.com. It's basically explaining, like, everyone knows what smart homes are, everyone likes them, but it's really cool when you get the box, but you open it and then it's just all this setup and all your wires get crossed and, oh, these aren't even the same company. And then, as the article says, you end up with 20 apps on your phone, 20 different brands, and none of them can communicate to each other. And the article says there must be a better way. Next, please. And while all this is happening, according to Vivint.com, an effective usage of smart home technology can end up saving a home 30 to 40% per year, based on smart thermostats and things like that, automatically turning off the lights, that sort of thing. So, next, please. So our solution is MyHome, which is an app that allows you to integrate all of it together. So basically you have all these different apps that can talk to each other. It can also provide you a complete overview of the total energy usage, as well as individualized energy usage from each smart device. And you can also group the smart devices together so you can get an idea of, hey, what room is using the most, or what technology is using the most power. And there's already technology from different companies that can link with your breaker boxes or power meters to send information. Otherwise, we could also pair up with energy providers directly, just through their own data. And that'll all just sort of go through our app. It's kind of the one-stop shop. And here is a quick application, a summary of our application. Next, please. So it's going to allow you to control all of your smart devices from one place. You're going to see the total energy consumption of the entire house, individualized energy usage, group usage, which are fully customizable groups, and you can gain insight into what bad energy habits are costing you the most money. So obviously a feature we could add later is sort of a tips or AI integrated, generated just for you, what you can do to cut back on energy usage.
And so for our prototype demonstration, I'm going to be going through what we created over the last couple of hours. We had Makayla design and build our house, in which inside the house there are multiple LED lights representing the lights that would be in your home. Obviously, you could also have a lot of other electronic devices like fans, computers, and things like that that could also be controlled with the use of sort of smart plugs and different things that, like mentioned earlier, could be from different companies, but they don't all work together. And so our overall idea was to create an application that would allow you to sort of log into your own log into MyHome, which is the application that you'd be using. We would sign into the application with whatever username and password that you have created. And then once we sign into our application, you could get overall general stats about your home. This information could include overall total voltage, current, and sort of smart geeky things that a lot of people might not really care about, but they're good to know for us to collect as a company, as well as maybe other people who are into tech like all of us. Other things that would be sort of more important to be looking at are the amount of money that you've been spending and the overall percentage of consumption of energy within each room of your house, so you know which room is sort of drawing more power than the other, and say something like, oh, we have a bunch of kitchen appliances, a lot of different kitchen lights that are on constantly during the day, an AI system, or you yourself could go into this one application and sort of turn those different things off. And so for our demo specifically, imagining you have a bunch of LiDAR or sonar sensors within your home that can detect whether you're present in a room or not. And then whenever you decide to leave the room, then the lights should then go off, and thus conserving energy and saving overall total power consumption within the home. And the use of AI could also sort of detect whether or not, sort of read which devices are within your home, and you can get an overall view of wherever certain things are. So let's say maybe one room might have a lot of windows in them that during the summertime could heat up the room a lot, so we might need to put AC into that room, whereas another room that's sort of doesn't have any windows does not really get hot during the summertime, so we don't need to be pumping AC into those particularly vented areas of the house. And next we're going to be going on to future developments.
Future things we plan to incorporate into our app that we didn't have time for in a day to put into the app. So, next slide. First things first, if you want full control of all smart devices in your home, we can't incorporate that in a day, but that is the plan for the app to be able to do. The second thing we want to incorporate is we're going to use OpenAI to allow you to scan the usage in your house. It'll take all the data and give you suggestions for what you should and shouldn't have instead of even a timer plan. So if you want, let's say it sets up to your AC. You can have it set up where it would start an hour before you get home, and then it's cool when you get home, but it's not using, you can have a lower temp while you're gone during the day and not force you to be using energy the entire day. Along with that, we plan on having a leaderboard displaying how you rank in your region compared to other people. Not necessarily worldwide, because obviously someone in the north and the south are going to have different usage, but you can see how you compare in general to those around you. And then our goal is to partner with companies that have appliances that save electricity, and hopefully with competitions with the leaderboard and everything, get people to, like, whoever saves the most power can get a discount on, let's say, an energy efficient refrigerator or something, and be able to get those items and advertise the company through that. And after that, the target customers for us, homeowners now, people who are interested in smart technology, those people, being able to control that's very simple from having 20 apps in your phone. People who are renovating, want to make older homes have still that older feel but have new technology inside of them. Future homeowners, people who want to get this stuff, and manufacturers, this kind of stuff could even be used in a business setting. It'd be scaled up in a bigger building and more technology, but it would still be not accessible, usable.
And so as Barry said a couple days ago, saving the world is great, but it's also good to get rich while doing it. So a couple of our strategies for monetization is a subscription-based model on the app for every user. And so there's going to be a free trial, the typical marketing practices to get users on board. But then one interesting thing about us, when the billing is actually prompted, it's just going to show you your savings that month, right? So no one likes a subscription, that's money that's just disappearing out of your account every month. But if it's in your face saying, oh, I've saved $100 and I'm going to pay, $50 or, probably much smaller numbers than that for both, then why wouldn't I do it? It's like it pays for itself basically. So that's what makes us special. And then also there's the manufacturers, as he mentioned earlier. So we could build the manufacturers to get integrated into our technology. That could sort of just be a fee just kind of at the door for each company. And then as like in the marketplace, as mentioned earlier, these companies could pay to be featured, be the first thing that shows up, be the first thing that shows when you search a certain thing. Anything like that, we could also sell to the manufacturers.
Our sustainability impact, I broke it down based off of what we were given in our prompts, with 10,000 kilowatts being used in an average household just by using our average sustainability techniques. 25% will be decreased, and we can have an average household in the 7,000s is going to start. And in conclusion, our household will have a lot of opportunities to improve, and spreading awareness and all of these things is what we want to do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
So you identified one of the big problems is that there are 8 different companies doing smart devices and they don't talk to each other. And how do you solve the problem of now there are 9?
That's a good point, and I would respond with, we're not selling any hardware, right? So we're on taking a different path than them. They're all coming through us. We're not selling them a device, right? We're not another item on the shelf. So we would sort of be unifying all of them rather than competing with them at their own game, essentially.
So like the over idea from a tech standpoint is that you could have a sort of wrapper application, which is an application that can wrap into a lot of the information that's provided from these other smart IoT devices and sort of combining it into one central area where you can view all this information, sort of how like with Google, there's lots of websites out there, but you have to go to each individual website to view that information. But Google's solution to that is to provide Google itself, Google Search, in order to view all of that information. So it's sort of the same thing, but for the IoT tech space.
Not a question, but a comment. You guys touched on something called value-based pricing. Talk to me afterwards. I want to tell you about value-based pricing because you got it, but I don't think you realized what you were onto when you did that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I have a quick question. Where do I get this? I want it.
Coming soon.
Absolutely. Oh, come on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.